Hello, this is Ethan Miller recording the screencast for Assignment 5 for Aussie's Summer 2021 CR321 class. I'll talk as I go over it with the assignment page. So I'm just going to kind of go down the line here in requirements saying which ones I didn't fulfill. So let me pause this real quick and I'll get the different ones running and I can show you just to save time. So as you can see here, I started these up. I used pretty much just the given ones with the one exception of I included a name from the basic one, but not like the other properties, just because I wanted it to be on theme. So we have Hans, who is going to be our initial leader at localhost 8000. We have the first node connecting, which is Anna at localhost 9000, and then we have the second peer node, like pawn node, as you can see from here, false pawn, true leader. Um, Elsa, which is at 9001. So the idea here is that nodes will be entered and incremented in series of ones starting at 9000. You can see here this added in each time. It saw Anna was joining, Elsa was joining. Anna joined first, got her own message, said I want to join, got it added in, and then saw Elsa's. Elsa obviously joined later, so she only saw herself when trying to enter. First, we'll just do the basic one for requirement 1. Hello, what's up? Send two peers, message send two peers over here from Anna. Hello, what's up? Oh, I hadn't scrolled. Oops. That's why it wasn't popping up. Okay, cool. So, yeah, hello, what's up? Hello, what's up? How are you? How are you? How are you? I'm well, thanks. And you can see they all communicate together just fine. So next up is the jokes, and I pretty much set this up in a way that it's synchronized lists, but I was having issues with like the ballot system of like, distribute the proposed joke to everybody, and it's like, what do you think of this or this or this, and the approval process. I had it working to an extent of where like anything more than these two nodes would have it crashing, but I thought, yeah, I'd rather, have one that doesn't ever break entering a joke than like one that works super conditionally. So as you can see, I just do joke here. What's your joke? I'll go with eggs because that's super simple. And instead of having the vote system, because you can see here, I was seeing nothing right now. It's just a confirmation kind of deal. It's like, hey, this is the joke you entered in. Yes or no? Yes. Cool. Joke goes through, and it's sent to both sides. You can see here. Oh, sorry, that's view peers. Um, yeah, I added a view peers because I was doing that while I was coding, so that might be useful if you want to see that. And then we have view jokes. Eggs is in there. And if we go over to Elsa's terminal, you can do view jokes. Eggs is also there. Same thing can happen from this one. Hey, I want to do a joke. Eggs 2. Yep, I'm sure. Both sides get it. Go back over here. View jokes. So that's how my joke system works. It's more so just enter, yes, I really want to do this. Okay, let's push through. And then they're synchronized. So then the last part here for these requirements is with the leader election, of course, if it goes offline. So with my leader election, I just went with the process of like via connection order. So like for example, what I'm going to show here is I'm going to have Hans disconnect, and then Elsa, or sorry, Anna, when she goes to communicate next, is going to detect, hey, he's disconnected, and go through the process of promoting herself to leader and updating the list and of the peers and the jokes to be able to have that. And then once Elsa goes to communicate, she'll also see that change has happened and she'll update herself as well. So we'll have here, if I go up here to exit, see you next time. Anna attempts to say hello, trying to send to peers. It's fine with Elsa because obviously she's still connected. And then here it says, hey, there's an issue. There's a connection that was refused because he's the leader's disconnected. Fun message because I had music playing in the background. Old King is dead, long live King. This is the message prompting that, hey, this person is the new leader, right? As you can see here, it just says the message was sent to one peers because it's the only one that's successful. But then if we go into view jokes, still has the jokes there. View peers, and the only peer now is Elsa. So then, once she tries to talk to somebody, say she's saying hello back to Anna, she's trying to send it, so they're like, oh, hey, yeah, all this stuff happened. This new person's there. View peers. Now her only person there, and this is now a 2-node network between 9001 as the lead one and 9000 as the other. Cool, and now going over some of my code a bit here, I'm going to start out in the server task file. As you can see, just from reading in and taking apart the JSONs that are caught, I added in a couple of things here. Join was there, obviously. This is where I catch my initial joke, as you saw with Honor. So when they initially type that in, it gets that. It says, hey, we received a joke type from over in the peers task when they ask for input, and goes through the whole process of creating the ballot, sending it back, doing the confirmation, like, are you sure? And then as long as they say yes, because if there's any no's, it increments no. So as long as there's no no's, it goes through. As long as it's equal to 0, joke's approved, joke gets added, and all peers add this joke to their joke list. If they had said no, like cancel, kind of like I don't want to add that to the list, it would send this message instead with the verdict of no, nothing would be added. This right here is a remnant from when I had a semi-working ballot system, just because I didn't want people seeing each other's votes, whatever, because it's probably important to do that. That's not in a functioning state right now because the rest of it isn't implemented. That would allow this to work, but it did work when it was there. Result, this is how it does the verdicts, like, hey, this is what happened, this was added to the joke list, this is going here, this is going here, and then this is the ballot system. And then this is the default. That's the messages you see when I say hello or hey, what's up. It just defaults to this, you have mail. I added a little timestamp there to help myself like track messages, and I figured I'd leave it because it's like read receipts. That's kind of cool. And it just has the username and box with the messages. That's nothing really different. Down here, another remnant from ballots. Going over to peer, communication with leader hasn't changed too much. I took the advice of the comment that was in here, and I used this else block to handle a lost leader with being like, hey, we can't connect here. We're setting up your socket to be this. This is going through. Leader socket is now going to be assigned to the socket that this peer is running off of. It's going to remove the temporary that was in there. Stuff like that, to where then it goes through, it updates it, gets the peers. This is the new leader, and then it goes through, and down here is the more stuff for voting because this is the leader communication. And then for pushing the messages, a lot of it goes down here where you have a very similar catch block here as you saw up above. It says cannot connect. It does the removal like we saw with Anna removing 8,000 and then also doing the same. This is that message being like, hey, this all went through, like this is what's going on. And then the counters and of course and the adjustments with the remove to update those peer lists. That's about it. There were some nicer ones, like an ask input that I included. And here we have view joke. If there's nothing, you can see that. There's the joke list, viewing your peers, exit, entering your jokes, and then having the basic messaging. Yeah. Thank you. It was a hard assignment, but I got more accomplished than I thought I would, so it was cool.